So after a few years of testing crypto mining consistently, figured it's time to just show it. Today I'm walking through a platform that's been running in my setup for close to a year now. And after the walkthrough, gonna cover a few simple things that have kept me from making mistakes that cost real time and real crypto. So first thing I always go to is the configuration step. I know that sounds like the boring part, but this is genuinely where a platform shows you what it's made of. The way it's structured, how intuitive it feels, whether anything looks like it was thrown together, all of that comes through here. So token selection is first. This app supports multi-chain protocol, which means there's no fixed network and no restrictions based on what the market is doing. Whatever token makes the most sense at this moment is what gets used. And right now, Bitcoin is the obvious pick. The activity around it lately has been interesting, and it's still the benchmark everything else gets measured against. So receiving address next, paste in Bitcoin address, quick step, nothing complicated. That's done, so next I configure hash rate power. It determines how much raw computing power gets assigned to the session. It sets the ceiling for what's possible. Everything else gets configured within that. And then mining speed. This is the one that actually requires a bit of thought. It controls how hard the remote hardware is working, and higher means more efficient results, but it also directly moves the final output. So this isn't something to just max out without thinking. Take a second here, think about what the session is supposed to produce, and set it with that in mind. Okay, target amount. This is how much Bitcoin I'm aiming to mine. Okay, that's in, so quick check one more time. Address, hash rate, speed, target, all good. Press start, and the session is running. Now, the thing that keeps standing out with this platform is the dashboard. All info right there on one screen, updating live as the session runs. So just letting it do its thing and watching the numbers come in. All right, stopping the session. So total time, shares processed, algorithm that ran, and breakdown of what the remote infrastructure usage came to, everything's clearly laid out. Okay, so now for getting our tokens out, there are two options. Wallet Connect that routes everything through a smart contract automatically, and manual. Personally, I handle this manually every time. That's always been the preference, and it's never given me a reason to change it. All right, transaction is out, so it should be verified within a few minutes. So while we wait, let's talk about the concept. The traditional path into mining meant buying hardware, setting it up somewhere, paying for the power it draws, and then managing it whenever something goes wrong. And that model works, but it ties you down. You're locked into specific equipment, fixed costs, and every problem that comes up is yours to solve. Cloud mining removes that entire layer of complexity. All computing happens somewhere else, and what comes out of it goes straight to the wallet. And what actually makes this model interesting compared to staking or other on-chain yield strategies is that there's no lockup, no dependency on how a protocol is performing, no liquidity sitting at risk underneath it. Session runs, output lands, and the whole loop is visible from start to finish. That level of transparency is honestly what makes it worth taking seriously. So wrapping this up, this platform has been through months of consistent testing across different configurations, different settings, different lengths, all kinds of conditions throughout that entire period. Output came through correctly every single time. Withdrawals moved cleanly, nothing in the workflow raised any concern at any point. And this isn't a new platform either. It's been around long enough to have a track record, and when you compare it to what else is available right now, that experience shows up clearly. Most platforms I run through extended testing end up showing something eventually. This one just kept working exactly the way it's supposed to. Anyway, appreciate your time.